we're back, humanoids, with another episode of Getting Even Prettier with me, Carwin. I recently learned about The Ordinary by Deciem. I talked about it in my last video, and I did their alpha hydroxy and beta hydroxy acid peeling solution, which I am obsessed with. I mean, my skin literally feels like glass. I ended up going again and buying some more things. Marcus helped me at the San Francisco store. Love you, Marcus. Last time I did a makeup was primarily using my hands, and I'm going to do the same thing today. I'm going to use some Deciem products, some of The Ordinary's concealers, and some of their skincare, Hylamide skincare, which I got at the Deciem store. So I'm going to be doing a makeup only using my very clean hands. No brushes, no sponges, just my hands and my fingers. Deciem, the abnormal beauty company. So first off, we've got the Soooo I Advanced Serum. How cute is this little bottle? The watery texture of this helps your skin be more absorbent to your eye cream. I love that a lot of their packaging is in glass bottles because A, it looks cool to use a dropper, very sustainable compared to plastic. It's eco-friendly, and it's also very sanitary to use a dropper. So according to the website, it says it is a high-strength serum concentrate, and it uses a wide array of peptides, plant saccharides, and active technologies to rehydrate the fragile eye area. It visibly targets surface hydration, below surface hydration, dark circles, dynamic lines, puffiness, and textural irregularities. We all know what that means. It's also silicone-free, nut-free, vegan, gluten-free, and cruelty-free. We love cruelty-free. Also water-free and oil-free. So I'm almost going to use this as like a softening lotion for my eyes so that when I put on my eye cream, it'll absorb even better. But I'm just going to put literally one dot on the back of my hand. And I'm going to distribute that one little dot onto my two fingers. I'm going to press it gently on the outside of my eyes. And I'm going to use pressing motions to apply it under my eyes and on my lid. I love it too because my thirsty skin is quenched instantly. I'm gonna let that settle in, and I'm gonna follow it with my first step for the rest of my face, which is some hyaluronic acid. Say it with me. Acid. Hylamide low molecular HA multi-depth rehydration booster. I've used a lot of hyaluronic acid in the past. I've noticed that sometimes it's just like really sticky, which is fine, that's fine. But when I put it on my skin, I have felt in the past that it just like stays on top of my skin. And the hyaluronic acid molecule, it attracts moisture from the air. But if it's on the surface of your skin, it's just sucking in moisture to the surface of your skin. So I got to put on my glasses for this one. On the website, it says it contains 5 hyaluronic acid complexes. Sometimes companies will just use 1 to 2 complexes. This one uses 5. So it has smaller molecules to go deeper into the skin, and then it goes into a larger molecule that stays on the outside. So it draws moisture to every part of your skin, not just the outside layer. On the website, it says the technology of this product is a very low molecular hyaluronic acid, which offers rehydration with better topical absorption than ordinary hyaluronic acid. We like that. Hyaluronic acid ferment. It says it's purified, non-animal sourced hyaluronic acid for oil-free surface hydration. Okay. It also has hydrolyzed hyaluronic acid, which is a low molecular form of hyaluronic acid to support lower to middle skin hydration. It has a hyaluronic acid precursor, which is a novel technology that acts as a precursor to hyaluronic acid and encourages a plump look, because we want to be plump, honey. And plant hyaluronic acid, a tamarin-derived hyaluronic acid technology that improves the look of skin elasticity. I love tamarind, so I might eat this. Just kidding, don't eat it. On the website, the technology describes the 5 complexes. Okay, now let's put this on. And for this serum, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 drops just to start out, because I'm going to put it on my beard, I'm going to put it on my neck. This is my first time using this product.
Oh yeah.
That absorbs real fast. I'm gonna do 2 more drops so that I can get my neck. And I'm using light pressure. I'm not like forcing it into my skin. I'm just lightly massaging it. And honestly, yeah, it definitely absorbed. There's no sticky texture, which I love. Okay. So that's like the base serum. I bought the 100% plant-derived squalane, which is similar to squalene, which you'll see in some skincare products, but squalane is a little bit different. Why don't we read about it? On the website, it says it's a lightweight plant-derived solution to support healthy hydration. It's water-free, alcohol-free, oil-free, silicone-free, nut-free, vegan, gluten-free, and cruelty-free. We like that. It also says that squalane is a saturated and stable hydrocarbon that is found naturally in the skin. It has very high emollients, is an exceptional hydrator, and can prevent ongoing loss of hydration that impairs dermal suppleness. We love some suppleness, don't we? It can also be applied to hair, hello, to increase heat protection, add shine, and reduce breakage potential. We like that too. This product uses 100% pure plant-derived squalane that is eco-certified approved and is a USDA certified bio-based product. Okay, so I'm not going to use that much at all of this product, but why don't we go with 1, 2, 3 drops. And I'm just going to warm it up in my hands, press it into my skin. I'm going to use 2 drops for my neck. Don't neglect your neck, people. You know, all of our texting, we text like this. When you text like this, you're going to get lines on your neck. And I'm one of those people, so. Getting our neck. I'm just pressing. I'm not like, stretching out my skin or anything. I'm just pressing it on.
Oh yeah.
Getting baby soft, you guys. And I'm going to finish my little skincare routine with a double dose of face oil. The 100% organic cold-pressed rosehip seed oil and the 100% organic virgin sea buckthorn fruit oil. So starting off with the rosehip seed oil, online it says it's water-free, alcohol-free, silicone-free, nut-free, vegan, gluten-free, and cruelty-free. We like that. It also says it uses 100% pure rose hip seed oil that is both cold-pressed and organic. Rose hip seed oil is rich in linoleic acid, linolenic acid, and provitamin A, all of which degrade when the oil extraction process involves heat. That's why it's cold pressed. While cold pressed extraction is complex, it preserves all the quality of this important oil, which has been shown to reduce signs of photoaging and many other skin conditions.
Hello.
It says that rose hip seed oil is completely unrefined and imparts a natural scent partly due to its high omega fatty acid content. We like that too. So I saw online that the sea buckthorn fruit oil was really orange, which excited me because oftentimes when products are really colorful, it's because they were extracted in a really pure fashion. So I had never really heard of sea buckthorn fruit oil. However, on the website, it says that this formulation contains 100% pure sea buckthorn fruit oil that is sustainably sourced, amen, organic, unrefined, and virgin in origin. Hello. This exceptional sea buckthorn fruit oil is derived from the pulp of the sea buckthorn berry. Interesting. This oil contains a high concentration of rare palmitoleic acid, aka omega-7, for nourishing and protecting the skin. It also offers other fatty acids like palmitic acid, stearic acid, oleic acid, linolenic acid, and linoleic acid, as well as antioxidants like tocopherol, aka vitamin E, carotenoids, and lycopene that all help to protect the skin from free radical damage and to maintain the skin's normal barrier function. And the carotenoids give this product that orange color, as well as the lycopene, I'm sure, which is also found in tomatoes. It continues to say our sea buckthorn fruit oil is completely unrefined and imparts a natural scent due to its high palmitoleic acid. Oh yeah, give me all that omega-7. So I looked into the sea buckthorn fruit and it's actually super, super interesting and looks really cool. So if it's interesting and cool, I want to put it on my face. It's recommended to use it at night because it is orange and it might stain your sheets, but I'm actually going to use it underneath my makeup so that it can give me kind of like a sun-kissed glow because my face is very light compared to my body because I do not tan my face. I do not let my face go in the sun. It always has a hat over it or SPF 50 or higher. So my face either has a hat covering it or SPF like 40 or higher. I'm going to use this underneath makeup today because I think that the orange tint is going to give me like a healthy, like almost tan like glow under my foundation. So I'm going to use these together. 3 drops of my rose hip seed oil. So in the palm of my hand, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 drops of rose hip seed oil. With my sea buckthorn fruit oil, I'm going to use 1 drop, ladies and gentlemen, 1 drop. In order to not over squeeze product, if you just like squirt most of the product out, as opposed to like having a full dropper, it's easier if you squeeze it out because then you can be more careful about how much you're going to drop. I only want 1, so I'm literally going to do 1 drop. You see that? Very orange. So I'm just going to mix it around in my hands. Oh yeah, give me that Oompa Loompa. And I'm going to press it on my face. Honestly, I love the smell. After I use the AHA and BAHA alpha hydroxy acid and beta hydroxy acid peeling solution, I use this after, and my skin was that of a baby's bottom. So I got it on my neck, got it on the back of my hands, a little bit of a Oompa Loompa tint, and I have that really pretty sheen because I like a makeup that's a little bit more dewy. We don't need it to be too matte. So now that our skincare is done, we're gonna move on to the makeup. So I got these concealers. Because it's COVID, I couldn't try any on my hand, but Marcus and I used to work at MAC Cosmetics together. He helped me pick out 2 colors. One I wanted to be a little bit darker and one I wanted to be a little bit lighter than my skin. Claims that it's full coverage, and I tried his on the back of my hand. The texture was similar to the concealer I have in my makeup kit, which is Makeup Forever's waterproof concealer, which I love because it's really easy to dilute. I like concealers that start full coverage, but if you choose to, you can dilute them into a more sheer texture. And oils usually work really well with this, so I'm going to attempt to use these concealers with rose hip seed oil. On the website, it says the concealer is alcohol-free, oil-free, nut-free, vegan, gluten-free, and cruelty-free. We like that. It says a high spreadability suspension system that offers very high coverage with the real skin finish. I will say it dried down to a really beautiful satin finish. So it wasn't matte and it wasn't dewy. It was like dewy matte, matte dewy, mewy. It was dat. Packaged with a thin nozzle applicator for precise and easy application, this formula allows high pigments to look natural on the skin and resists collecting in fine lines. And big thank you to Marcus for helping formulate the 36 different colors in their shade range. And then there's different letters. So there's P for pink, R for red, Y for yellow, and N for neutral. So far, I love the texture. So let's put it on, shall we? I have 2 colors here. I'm gonna go with the lighter color, and I literally just put the tiniest little dot on here, and I'm going to use the tiniest teensiest weensiest little drop of rose hip seed oil. So I'm pouring out like pretty much everything out of my dropper, and just the little whisper shh, little whisper of oil. I'm gonna mix these 2 together. Oh yes, okay. And I'm just going to use a little bit in the center of my face. A little bit all over. In my beard, I'm just giving it like a press and swipe. With this oil added, it's such a pretty texture. I don't really need like full coverage on my face unless I have like a blemish or something. So I diluted it, obviously. I'm going to take what's left on my finger and just press it under my eyes. See that pretty sheen?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and it melted into my skin, so wow, that's really pretty. Okay, so with the darker color, this is 2.3N. I'm gonna do the same thing because I want to add some dimension in my face. I want the lighter part of my face to come forward and the darker part to recede. So I'm going to take the teeniest little bit of 2.3N, teeny tiny, and I'm going to squeeze all of the product out of my rose hipseed oil, and I'm just going to do a tiny whisper of oil. Mix the two together. And now I've got a nice tan color. So for this, I'm going to work it into my middle finger. Finding the hollows of my cheek, I'm going to apply it in the hollows of my cheek. And I'm going to put it in my hairline up here. Take a little bit down the sides of my nose. Just a little bit. And use the rest of it to hide my This undertone is pretty. It's very tan, and I'm going to just make sure I like the placement of everything.
Pretty.
Now that my concealer's on, I'm gonna heat up my hands, heat them up, and press, melt it into the skin. Nice. I'm going to add extra dimension using my Hourglass Illume Sheer Color Trio because I love this thing. I'm just going to use some on my middle finger, work it into the other side. Pretty much right where I put that darker concealer, I'm going to put this contour. So right under my cheekbone, I apply it first at the back of my face, and then as it comes off of my finger, I'm going to work it towards the corner of my mouth. And I'm using this part of my finger because I can't hide any of it in my beard. So I'm trying to be a little bit more precise. And I'm going to further hide my by applying some of the bronze color under my jaw. Gonna use a little bit of this right in my hairline. Working it in, avoiding getting it in my hair because why? We don't like the look of makeup on hair. If you get any in your hair, just use a clean finger and gently wipe it out. I'm going to use a little bit on the sides of my nose. Nothing too crazy. And I'm going to take my ring finger and I'm going to apply this on the outer part of my eye. Ring finger, apply it on the inner part of my eye from lash line to brow bone. I'm going to take a little bit on my pinky and create a little diffused line under my eye. I'm going to take this gold color and work it from lash to brow in the center of my eye. Put a little bit the inner corners and a little bit right in the middle, my under eye.
Pretty.
I don't want too much blush, but I am going to use just a little to warm up my face a little bit right at the edge where the bronzer meets the center of my face. I'm going to put it between my bloop and swoop on my nose. I'm going to put some of this blush as well and just a little bit on my chin. Getting even prettier. I am going to just have a little bit of fun and put some of this highlight, just a little bit, right at the highest part of my cheekbone. And just boop. Just a little bloop and swoop right in the middle of my nose. And I actually got one of the lightest colors of concealer that they have, and just to make it even more dimensional, I'm gonna take a little bit of this concealer, the shade 1.0P, and I'm going to mix it with a little bit of the first color I put on, which is 2.1. So now I have two tiny itty bitty baby dots, so small you can barely see it. And I'm gonna take the tiniest, teensiest little bit of this rose hip seed oil, squeezing all of it out. And what's left in the dropper, I'm just gonna do the tiniest
little
bloop. Rose hip seed oil works great in the nail. So anytime I might have a little bit extra, like there's a little extra here, I just work it in my nails. Since you asked, which I know you didn't, I used to bite the crap out of my nails, and last year, one of the things I wanted to work on was not biting the crap out of my nails. So now I take really good care of them. My cuticles are gorge. I went to Orly, the one in West Hollywood, and I made a color very close to my actual nail color, so I can make my nails all pretty when I want to without looking like I'm wearing a lot of nail polish. So I'm gonna mix those with a little bit of oil, and right in the middle of my face where I want my skin to be more highlighted, see that little bit of light section? I'm gonna pop this right in the middle, and I'm just gonna pat. So this is gonna go under my eyes in like a triangle shape, from my lash line down the side of my nose. This part's usually more red on most people. And I'm bringing this color up towards my hairline. Not all the way up to it, but close to it. Same thing on this side. Since I'm using all cream products, they all just melt on top of each other, which is great. Use a little bit right in the center of my forehead, down my nose. I'm putting it on top of that highlight. And what's left of it, I'm just going to put in the middle of my chin and above my lip. The texture with the oil is so pretty. If you have a lot of texture right here, I recommend putting the tiniest amount of makeup there, because it's really easy to gather there if you're really expressive. Just like if you have a lot of texture here in your crow's feet, you don't ever want to put a lot of makeup there, because naturally, no matter what makeup you use, it is going to settle in your lines. Some makeup, if it's awesome, you just have to touch it up very infrequently, but a lot of makeup, depending on how many emollients are in it, it's going to crease. That's just the nature of makeup. If you're young and you're baking with a lot of powder, okay, cool, it probably won't move as much, but when you're older, I don't recommend that you bake that much. But anyway, I am going to re-bronze my nose a little bit. Make sure that my cheeks are fleeked. My lips are hydrated. Making sure I have ample amounts of color. I like that serum so much I didn't even put my eye cream on. And my skin looks super hydrated. Put some blusher on my nose. A little bit on your nose helps your blush look really natural. And I'm working what's left on my fingertip right between my bronzer and my highlight on my face. Gonna put a little bit extra highlighter there because I went over it with my concealer. And just for fun, I'm gonna use a little bit of the blush and a little bit of the bronzer on my lips. Oh yeah. And we're done. I mean, I don't wear makeup often, but I will say that the texture of this is really, really light. I can't speak to wearing it full coverage because I diluted it with oil, but I am going to take my hands, warm them up, and I'm just going to crush. Oh yeah, melt that into the skin, baby. Hot hands. But I'm not even going to use powder to set it up. I'm just going to let it do its thing. The tool-free makeup. No brushes, no sponges, just your warm hands and fingertips. Because these are very sustainable. You know what I mean? Naturally occurring. Ethically sourced. So yeah, I made sure to integrate thin layers of product. I didn't put a heavy application of any product. The contour and bronzer is light. The concealers that I mixed with oils are just sheer layers of each. And I use the heat of my hands and the heat of my fingers to really melt it into my skin. And I think it looks pretty good. I'm a little warm, so my décolleté is like extra pink. I can tell because when I touch it, it's like not pink anymore. It's pretty warm in my apartment and I'm wearing sweatpants and a sweater. But you know, I'm trying to get cozy, you guys. I'm trying to get
cozy.
And there you have it, people. Getting even prettier with me, Carwin. And this has been Carwin's Comfy and Cozy Couch Corner. Good job, Deciem and Ordinary. Great concealers. I love it. Obviously, I'm obsessed with this skincare, and I'm so glad I got these extra things today with Marcus. But I hope you enjoyed this video. And by the way, like, almost all of these things were under $20, and a lot of them are under $10. So think about that. And that concludes our segment of Getting Even Prettier with me, Carwin. I hope you learned something from this video. And now I get to sing you my first medley. I hope you enjoy.